Hey, what's going on there guys? Nick and Jason here with some more modern gameplay. So today we have Bloom versus Burn. So a combo deck versus just counter 20 deck. We'll try to go at least relatively fast with decision making and line of plays with this deck, but it does require a lot of thinking most times. So yeah, we'll give it a nice dice roll and see who goes first. So 10. Five. I will go first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this hand is interesting, not very interactive. And against an aggressive deck, knowing that we're playing against an aggressive deck, you probably don't want to keep this. Yeah, this is going to be a mulligan.
Could have tried to hive mind me.
Yeah, that's not fast enough. There's no way for my my ramping or anything to actually interact with it. There's no Amulet, there's no Summer Bloom to at least put lands on the battlefield, so actually really not quick enough. Not as fast as we would like to be, so mulling down to 6 at least gives us a chance to do so. And then what would you like to do, sir?
It's debatable.
3, 4, 5,
I'm mulligan, yeah.
6. What can we do with this hand? Not sure if we just say, yeah, we'll keep him. We'll see where we can go with this. I feel like getting one bounce land's probably fine with this hand, so.
And it's not better, but it's not worse, so.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't worry, I'm not cooking with much gas here. I'll go for Kabir Crossroads, so I'll gain 2, and I'll pass. So I'm at 22. Mountain.
Monastery Swiftspear.
Sure.
Swing 1.
21.
Go ahead.
Draw. That was actually what we wanted to see. So Golgari, Rot Farm, trigger, return. Go ahead.
I'll fetch.
Sure. 19.
Shock.
Sure. Down to 17.
Swiftspear.
Yep. And some kind of ult effects.
Wow, this spiky.
Sure. 18
24.
and then another 4, so down to 14.
Go ahead.
Alright. Draw. What can we do here? So we'll play Summer Bloom. So Summer Bloom gives me 3 additional land drops for this turn, making it a total of 4 that we get to play. So we will go 1 for Kabir Crossroads, go up to 16. Play Gruul Turf and return Kabir Crossroads, so that's our second one, 2 remaining. Play Kabir Crossroads again, go to 18. And we will play Vesuva as a copy of Gruul Turf and return to Kabir Crossroads finally. And after that, I will pass turn. That's all 4 of my lands.
Goblin Guide.
Goblin Guide. Ooh.
Swing 4.
Alright, so with the Goblin Guide trigger, card on top is Gruul Turf, so we get to draw that. And then I will take 4 unless you have any other modifiers.
No, I don't.
Okay, down to 14.
Go ahead.
Alright, let's untap, draw. Go for some respects. Summoner's Pact into Titan and cast Titan. 2, 2, and 2. And with the Titan, because we don't have Amulet, we don't go for the Slayer Stronghold, because there is basically no point for us. We do, however, just try and find more to just jam on the table. So, Colony Garden's definitely one of them, so we make a 0/1 token off the Colony Garden. And go for another land here. So we can go for Simic Growth Chamber. So the triggers happen whenever they enter in, so trigger, trigger. The Simic Growth Chamber is going to return the Colony Garden hand. And there are no untaps or anything like that. So Colony Garden's back in hand. This is a 0/1 token for those of you guys watching at home. And we'll play Chimera Crossroads for the land for turn to gain 2 more life here. So we'll go up to 16. And that should conclude, yep, concludes my turn, so back to you.
Killing me here.
Not every game can be straightforward and easy.
Go ahead.
Alright. So during our upkeep we have to pay 4 mana. So Rule Turf. And we'll go Golgari Rock Farm. Seems to be the probable most optimal way to go about it. Draw for turn. What do we want to do here? So we'll use the red and green off of Azusa, which is Gruul Turf. We'll float 1 red and play Ancient Stirrings with the green. So Ancient Stirrings, look at top 5. 4, 5, and we get to take a colorless card, which looks to be our Simic Growth Chamber. So the rest go to the bottom, Growth Chamber goes to hand. Otherwise, what do we want to do? Well, first, I feel like we just go and we attack with the Titan. So we'll attack and then trigger. So first I'll search for my lands. So with it, we'll take Temple of Mystery. And might as well go for another Growth Chamber. Blue and green is relatively important. So we do have 2 triggers. 1 trigger from Growth Chamber, 1 trigger from Temple of Mystery. I feel like we want to return the Crossroads to hand, Temple of Mystery to scry. We'll keep that on top. And then move to you deciding whether or not you want to block and in what fashion.
No blocks.
No blocks, okay. Move to damage, and you'll take 6. Down to 11. Second main phase. Play Crossroads and gain 2. To 18. And I will pass. So the Crossroads is honestly like probably the only thing keeping me in this game.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Swing all.
Yeah.
So first trigger off of Goblin Guide. So it's Serum Visions on top. We did scry it. So we know that it's on top, but it's mandatory to reveal. We do have a 0/1 token, so in order to potentially soak up more damage, if I guess in a hypothetical world where you have 2 burn spells, your Swift Spears get bigger, so we'll block one of the Swift Spears and let the rest of the damage go through.
Okay.
Okay. So this guy dies because it's a 0/1, and I take 3 to get a 15.
Go ahead.
Alright. We'll untap, no cost to be paid. And we'll draw. So we draw the Serum Visions. We use a blue off Temple of Mystery to play the Serum Visions. So draw 1, and then scry 2. Keep both on top. Play Colony Garden again, make a 0/1, and we'll attack. So, attack with triggers. It actually didn't matter what we did with the Serum Visions because it was going to get rearranged. So, I just wanted to draw 1. I could have played the Serum Visions afterwards, which probably would have been a little bit better in retrospect, but either way, we still got something out of it. Should we have waited? Yeah, probably. We have Slayer Strongholds. And we'll find the Boros Garrison. And bounce back, Crossroads. So move the damage. I'll take you down to 5. 7 cards in hand, and I will pass.
That's not what I needed.
Another Goblin Guide. Swing all. So first trigger off Goblin Guide, Cavern. Second trigger, Gemstone. We'll go ahead and we'll Slaughter Pact one of the Goblin Guides. We'll block another one of them because you only have 1 mana open. And take the other 2 to go to 13.
Good.
So upkeep, we'll pay 3 so we don't lose. Draw. And then attempt to swing for game.
You got it.
Okay.
I need a green.
Yeah. So that is game 1. We will sideboard and be back for game 2 here. Alright, and we are back here for game 2.
I'm playing.
Sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, I'll keep. I feel like we have enough here. Not everything, but enough.
Yeah, I can keep.
Okay.
Shock.
Sure. 18.
Goblin Guide.
Yep.
Swing 2.
We'll go to 18, but first trigger. Primeval Titan.
That's depressing. Go ahead.
Don't worry, I'd love for it to be a
Turn 1.
land on there just for free. Ancient Stirrings. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we have options. And options are cool. I feel like this card actually just keeps you from trying to play the game, so we'll go with Chalice. And and I'll pass turn.
Alright. I really gotta go off this turn then. I'll fetch.
Sure.
I'll try.
Okay, down to 15 now.
Oh, I am so sorry.
That is just fine, sir. At least I know which one was on top.
Swiftspear.
Yep.
Oh, you?
Sure. 15, and then trigger. Tendo Ice Bridge, so we get that one. So Ice Bridge is there, and then we're taking another 4, so I'll go to 11.
Go ahead.
Alright, so draw for turn. This hand is elusive because it makes me think I can do a whole lot when I actually can't. So we'll play Tendo Ice Bridge. So Ice Bridge enters with a counter. I can use that counter to produce any mana. And here we will go for Summer Bloom. So would use a green off of it. Off the forest, keeping the counter on there. So we have 3 extra lands that we can play for turn. So go for 1, and we'll return the Ice Bridge to hand. So we have 2 that we can play. Play the Ice Bridge again. And we'll use the counter off of it to play Serum Visions. So we'll draw 1 and scry 2. We'll keep both on top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 cards in hand. Unfortunately, I don't have another lane to play for turn, so I will just pass here.
I'll just spend.
Sure.
Oh, you?
Okay. So I go to 8 to your 15.
Combat.
Yep. So the card on top is Colony Garden. So we get that one, and then take another 4. I'll go 2, 4.
Go ahead.
Alright. Time to try to make things happen here. We will draw. So first and foremost, we'll go make a green and blue. We'll use the blue to play Serum Visions. So we'll draw 1, then scry. So both of these cards are actually a little bit too late. Fortunately, I don't think that really helps us too much because we're at 4 here and you have a Rift Bolt. So I feel like from here we keep only one of these cards, put 1 on top. And from here we still have 1 mana floating. So we'll play Amulet off the floating mana. Play Colony Garden, which will enter in untapped after the Amulet trigger, and we get a 0/1. And it's hard to tell whether we have 2 different lines of plays, but only one of them allows me to not die this turn, in case your one card in hand is nothing. So we'll play the Azusa. So unfortunately we don't have more lands to actually play. But we have a 0/1 and an Azusa which can block both creatures, and we can hope and pray that that card in your hand is not a burn spell, and the card that you draw is not a burn spell. I can hope and pray. Jason, just let me have this. I can hope and pray.
I'll let you have it.
Go ahead. A little bit too slow. So yeah.
Hold you.
So down to 1. 1 to 15. Both of them are. Yeah, both of them are burn spells. All right. So what I had in hand was 2 Summer Blooms, 2 Titans, Chalice of the Void. So a little bit too slow. But yeah, the Chalice I guess could have been played early, but at the same time, then I couldn't have played the Summer Bloom one I did instead. So overall, I guess just a little bit slower than I would like it to be. So we will be back for game 3 here. All right, and we are back for game 3 here. We'll see how far the sideboarding will take us for another game. So I'll play first. 3, 6, and 7. Oh man, this is
Mine's gross, but it's not super.
this
gross.
is such an interesting place to be.
It's like a little bit keepable.
Man, this is so awful because I know in my mind I shouldn't ever keep a hand like this, but man, am I really tempted to. No, we can't. I'll actually show you what it was. It was 2 ley lines. 2 ley lines but no turn 1 lands, and well, we would have got there. Damn. We would have got there without playing a land on turn 1, but there's no way to actually know that. And like, if this were a serious event or anything like that, I just couldn't keep that. There's no way in my mind that I can keep a land keep a hand that has no way to actually play the lands.
We had 2 ley lines.
Yeah, 2 ley lines are great, but you could just beat me with not Goblin guys, Swiftspears. You could beat me with Swiftspears. If you just present more creatures, then I can try to race or anything. Like, I could probably assume that your hand's full of just spells and then just go, oh yeah, this is awesome against spells. But if you have like a stack of creatures, that's just insane. 4, 5, 6. So let's see if our... Yeah, 6 isn't awful, but not the most optimal. I'll pass. So
Swing 1.
Yep, 19.
Go ahead.
Draw. Growth Chamber, and I'll pass.
I'll shock.
Sure. 18.
Swiftspear. Hold you.
Sure.
And swing
16.
4.
And then down to 12.
Go ahead.
Draw. This hand is, I suppose, interesting. Question is, which way do we want to approach it?
Left. Take it left.
Take it left. Left, he says. I'm trying to think how much... Because we have 2 different lines of plays that we can make. I'm trying to see if they overlap to where we can make both. So regardless, this has to be played first. I feel like we still just have to... We still just go for the Summer Bloom. So Summer Bloom will get 3 extra lands because we already played land for turn. The other option was, I guess, a little bit worse. So we have 3 lands. We'll float a green mana. Play Gruul Turf. Return the Forest. So we have 1 green. play Forest. And play Growth Chamber. So that's our last one, and Forest will get returned. And I'll pass.
Boros Charm you?
Sure. Down to 8, and then down to 4.
Go ahead.
Untap, draw. So let's play our Summer's Pact here. So we'll Pact into Primeval Titan, cast Primeval Titan with our 6 mana. And from here, try not to lose the game. So probably be Crossroads and something that bounces. We'll go for Rot Farm in case we draw Slaughter Pact. So we didn't play land for a turn, so we'll gain 2 to go up to 6. And then Rot Farm will return Kabir Crossroads. So up to 6 to your 18, return Crossroads, and then cast Crossroads again. So 8 to your 18. And from there I will pass. Not much else I can do.
These draws are killing me.
You are so dangerously close.
I know. Don't remind me.
So realistically for your hand, one burn spell, like in the case that's a lightning bolt or lava spike, would take me to 5, and you can get in for another 2. So hypothetically 2 burn spells just wins.
Boros Charm you?
Sure. Down to 4. 4 to 18.
Swing 4.
Block one of them, take 2. I'm at 2.
Go ahead.
Alright, so with the Summoner's Pact we have to pay 4. Go, because I don't think we need it, Gold Turf and Golgari Rot Farm, keeping the rest of these open. And draw for turn. That was, I guess, pretty okay way to draw, unless you have something to burn me out here. Which at that point I think you're just trying to spite me. So we'll play Thragtusk for 5. Any responses?
I'll fetch.
Okay. 17. And do I really hope you don't have it?
That's it.
Okay. So trigger off Thragtusk. We'll go up 5 to 7. And you're fine. From here, we did not play land for turn. So we will attack, or enter combat and attack, trigger. Go for Vesuva and some Growth Chamber. So the Vesuva is going to enter as a copy of the Crossroads, so we'll gain the 2 off of it, and Growth Chamber will return Crossroads. So we'll go up to 9 to 17, return the Crossroads to hands, and then attack for 6 to take you to 11, and then second main phase, play the Crossroads. So we'll go up another 2, so even at a 11-11. And from there, I will pass.
I was so close.
You were just dangerously close.
If I had one more mana, like the one I just drew. We'll play this cool Eidolon past turn.
Alright, that is a cool Eidolon. No pacts this time around, so we'll draw. And go Vesuva for 1 white, because it's a copy of Crossroads. 2, 3. Play Azusa. Azusa will give us 2 extra lands per turn, so we have 3. Go Selesnya Sanctuary for 1. Return Crossroads. Play Crossroads for 2. Go to 13. And play Grill Turf and return Cover Crossroads. So from there, we will enter combat and sack with both of these hot guys and with Titan Search.
No blocks.
No blocks. Man.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, we'll
You
search
just keep
for
gaining life.
Chamber, Ice Bridge, return Ice Bridge, and attack for the lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were super, super close. Getting me down to 2 was just
One more
insane.
land.
The Skullcrack, yeah, the Skullcrack would have done it. Yeah, that's what I was hoping you weren't just holding on to another burn spell, because, I mean, you could just sandbag it and make me do stuff and then just go, I had it anyway, but you could also just won like that same turn anyway.
Yeah.
Because you were at 18, there's no way that, like, you're not in that situation where, like, having yourself get shocked or something would do anything. But yeah, no, that game was actually just insanely close. Good games.
Yeah.